This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, I don't know if you guessed, but this is Manchester United we're talking about. And we're going to be talking about Amorim United given the green light for the goalkeeper. It looks like that has been clarified, which is, you know what? It's positive, isn't it? We've also got Chelsea open to this Garnacho Jackson swap. I'm going to have an unpopular opinion about that. I said it 2 days ago. I'm going to say it again. And, you know, furthermore from all of that, this is Højlund apparently attracting some interest from Atalanta and somebody else. I can't exactly remember how credible that is. I don't know, but something's going on that front. So we'll dive into it. We'll dive into it. Anywho, anyone that's here, smash the like button. I've got something to kind of say as well. You might have just heard it at the end if you did come over from, you know, from Never a Foul. I didn't know we're talking about United. Well, you never know. Make sure you subscribe. Big up for the 7K on the road to 10K. So if anyone wants to subscribe, brilliant. If not, then so be it. I'm going to stop doing 2 lives a day. I'm going to go to more video form based. I don't know if you lot like videos, but I feel like to manage my time better and not going super late at night, it's getting to that point where the season's nearly coming up. I'm not going to lie. I'm not trying to wait till 12 at midnight to get my second show out of the way. And I'm definitely not doing it at 6 in the afternoon because that's, oh, sorry, the evening, because that is just long. 1 live and then two videos. That's going to be the structure. I don't know if it's going to happen for tomorrow, but nighttime shows, I need to... I'm not going to announce what it is, but certain attention needs to happen. And I can't deliver that if I'm going to sleep every day at like 11, then go into the season, I'm going to be finished around 12:30 or some bullshit like that. You should know what that is, but not Never a Foul. Never a Foul will always be the same as it has been for the last, what, 3 years. So I'm basically putting out more content, just a little bit more easier. And plainly, I'll tell you lot for free, videos earn you more money. Simple as that. Anywho, what were you all thinking? You know, we'll talk about the goalkeeper, but I need to talk about Jackson. I'm sorry, I do need to talk about this first. What do you guys all think about that? Because I'm going to say my unpopular opinion. I know Zlatan in here is going to he's got the Qatari flag, big up himself. He's been around. He actually, how about this? You used to absolutely hate the shit out of me. and here we are. You probably still do. Swap deal. Garnacho for Jackson. What do you guys think about that? Garnacho's generating more strong interest as it's been discussed, whether it's through David Ornstein, Fabrizio. He wants to stay in the Premier League. We already know the interest from Aston Villa. The Tottenham links don't seem to be running away anytime soon. And I do believe Chelsea's soft interest. In my honest opinion, I don't think Chelsea want to buy him or put money up for him. I do believe they're going to put themselves in a situation, if it's a player for player, you know, you put roughly the same kind of money up, can probably do a deal. I don't feel like Chelsea want to spend another 50 million after going after Xavi Simons, only if someone is to depart. That's just where I thought that's how the cookie crumbles for Garnacho. But from an insider who does live up Manchester, that is close to some Garnacho sources, you know what I mean? He did mention, I know you're not going to like this, Chelsea fans, but there's a lot of talk in Garnacho's camp about, in the end, this might string out a little bit longer than we need to. He reckons he's going to end up playing for Chelsea. That's the information that's going on that part there. And it's not stupid. I'm being dead serious, but might not happen. But with all the talk today, Now, let me say, yeah, exactly. That's the key words. That's the key words. Not Chelsea, his. I'm taking Jackson, and I said it 2 days ago. I'm taking Jackson if it means Garnacho swaps over. I don't want to put out mad money for Jackson. I don't think he's actually rubbish. I feel like he's a player that definitely needs confidence, and we're always going to find, no matter what in Jackson's game, he is going to be pissed off. And it still is, by the way. And it still is. And even the information that came out today, it still is. Once one player shifts out, the other player comes right in. That's just the way it's going to work for Arsenal. I'm taking Jackson. I know. Look, this is why it's called an unpopular opinion. This is exactly why. When it's come out that Amorim wants a Premier League striker with pretty much the experience, it pretty much comes down to a couple things and a couple players only. It comes down to Watkins, who I still believe is the dream, and for me, a little bit more of a dream, obviously because of what's available. And then there's Jackson. But at this time, beggars can't be choosers, especially if Højlund's to go away. I would take Jackson because I do believe United will go back into the market next season or season after, but preferably next season, for another striker that might be available, the next best thing. I don't know. This is just my assumption. And again, I did say it's going to be unpopular, but if it's a straight swap, I don't see why not. His link-up's good. He runs into situations that we all know, even Chelsea fans, he gets into good situations. It's always going to come down to, he makes some baffling decisions, but he's much better than Højlund. I want to know there's a striker and the two strikers that would facilitate quite well for the other two. I do believe Mbeumo and Cunha would work really well with Jackson, but even better with the Watkins. We don't know what Aston Villa's situation. There's not actually a lot of talk around Watkins departures. We don't know any Aston Villa movement at this current time until, I don't know, the next few days, maybe week. I have no idea. You'd like to think something might happen in pre-season. It's just talk. I know we need a midfielder. I'm going to talk about that part because I can't help every single day when I'm coming on here talking and waffling that we are not linked with a concrete situation of a midfielder. And what came out today, again, through the talks of David Ornstein yesterday's and his whole breakdown, even from Rizzo's breakdown, you put 2 and 2 together and you're like, well, the midfield is clearly not a priority. And that makes me sick. But I do feel like Man United might have something in mind and it's a little bit desperate. Anywho, with the whole Jackson scenario, why I'm saying I'm taking him is for the said reasons what I just mentioned about a minute ago. I think he works well. I don't believe it's. I think it's if you're going to get the perfect scenario as much as possible, goalkeeper's going to do well, midfielder if by the way, then Jackson, can that be a top 4 team? Well, it worked for Chelsea, so why can't it work for us? The difference is they are coached quite well, even though there was a big question mark over Maresca's head, and they've got a Cole Palmer. So no matter how you look at it, they've got a Cole Palmer, they've got a Caicedo. It works. Their midfield is elite, and they will bail them out no matter what, even though the Chelsea's defense were a little bit iffy. Half of the season, Jackson was it was really good. You can't deny it. If you're a Chelsea fan, Jackson was really good. It's just afterwards you found that thing again, which I'm going to be pissed off about if it does happen, right? He's going to be inconsistent. And there's going to be a lot of games where it pisses us Manchester United fans off. But as long as it looks like his progression, and we're playing some better football, I don't feel like United fans would get onto that as much. So that's why I said if it's a straight swap, because I'm not going to lie, I super dislike Garnacho. If it's a straight swap, then I'm not mad at it. I just want players to leave at this point. I'm more excited about departures and players that want to come and play for United. Again, if it says the Jackson's open, which he is, he keep getting offered out, and through the intermediaries and Chelsea, and United haven't exactly made a decision yet, so it's not concrete. Then yeah, sure, I'm open to it, but it's not levels. Mbeumo and Cunha to me is levels, but the middle part is just not levels. And obviously, we want to see goals. And again, who's fizzing the ball into him? They will always come back. See, no matter how I put this conversation, it will always draw back to the midfield situation. Who is fizzing him in the ball? Who's other than Bruno Fernandes, who at times, actually not at times, a lot of the time goes missing in the midfield. Who's doing that? Who's doing that job where it's like, Jackson, you can stay further forward. Good pressing striker. He's relentless. I love that about him. But buys a lot of his crappy inconsistencies, then yeah. Oh, penalty to England, women. They're about to win. Wait, is it 1-1? What's the England women's situation? Are they gonna win again? Calm. Anywho, get your takes in. Let me, especially if you're a United fan, not too much Chelsea, because I know you'd probably take it in a heartbeat. You wouldn't mind. So let me know what you feel about that. I would swap it. I would swap it. I'm sorry, but you gotta wake up and smell the coffee. It's not that much difference in wages. And when you think of valuation, I don't believe Jackson's worth more than 50 million, let alone 45 million. I think it's straight swaps. If he wants out, he's a player that wants out. And Chelsea will play this down to say, no, he's happy. We're happy with him. You're talking shit. We know you're talking shit. Just signed Evan Nilsson on Mateta. Right, I'm going to break that part down now as well. And also, make sure you smash the like button. No Chelsea reject. No thanks. Pay up. We ain't got the money for it, Axe. So you got to be realistic. With Nacho, it's hello, any suitor. Nacho has to go. He's part of our bomb squad. That's mad. Bring me Watkins, but Jackson, no thanks. I'm surprised Sancho hasn't been mentioned. Forget Sancho. Mateta is the guy, but is there any truth in the Evan Nilsson links? No, not necessarily. I haven't seen the Evan Nilsson link. Also, when did Evan Nilsson arrive? Was it 2 seasons ago or was it last year? Because I'm pretty sure it was last year. It doesn't say, let me see Evan Nilsson's contract. All right. He signed a 5-year contract worth 40 million. Porto also have a clause of 10% resale profit. We're not getting Evan Nilsson. I don't know where anyone believes that's going to be the case. He's got another 4 years. They just paid 40 million, meaning is necessarily, if you think of his book value, 40 is on the book value is 32 million. They would have to make 32 million to get a profit. Then there's 10% as well. So let's think about that. If they're going to give 10% to Porto, then his book value again to get green on a PSR, blah, 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 blah. It's probably about 35, 36, but they're going to want about double. I'm telling you now, the way I'm working out in my head, they're not accepting anything less than 70 million. I'll promise you that they are not selling that man for anything less than 70 million. They're not even, when you look at Semenyo as well, he's worth what? They wanted what, 70, 75 million for him? Yeah, sorry, but they're going to want to make a profit. And that profit of that 32 million is not enough profit. That's just breaking evens of selling the guy. And he had a good season as well. Can't really see it. Can't really see it. Also, I see you in it, Zlatan, right? I thought Mateta had 1 year left on his deal. 1 year left on his deal. Just to find out that he's actually got 2 years left on his deal. I was under the impression he had one. He signed an extension back in December. I think it was December, whatever, just before Christmas. So he signed an extension. Now, think of it like this. Crystal Palace are very difficult to deal with. Now, if you put 2 and 2 together, Gahey last year, they were asking for 70 million when he had 2 years left on his deal. Now, if you break that down to the likes of a striker, knowing that in the world football right now, there's a lack of quality striker, you're not going to get Mateta for 50 million. It's not happening. So again, I do believe they will ask for something similar to what I just mentioned. This is, again, if you really and truly, big up Arjun, man. I see that you've posted that a few times. You keep asking me every single stream about Lamine Kamara. Put the fries in the bag, man. Relax. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be worth. I don't think Palace accept less than 70 million, and I don't think I'm stupid about that. And let's be real, Chelsea, you're not getting 80 million. There's no 80 million. If we're not going to put 70 million up, or let alone 80 million for Sesko, what on earth do you think that we're going to pay? What 80 million for Jackson, let alone 70 million? It's too expensive. Have you not seen the headlines with Manchester United with any of these strikers deemed expensive? Even Ollie Watkins, who they said they wanted, I think they quoted him about 60 million as well. Man United seen that as a little bit too expensive. They'll wait for it to come down. So yeah, big up Ems, man. Big up. Or is that Ems or Minna? I'm gonna guess that's Ems. So yeah, big up, man. Chelsea should buy Bruno. Yeah, 100 million. Okay, Jackson equals Garnacho plus 40. No. I don't know. Can I get some Manchester United fans like opinions on Jackson a little bit more rather than your own? I don't know why there's so many Chelsea fans loving this situation right now. With 63 likes, I need at least 100. And I would like more than 100. You've done well, like, considering the last few videos to get to do that. Not last one, but the ones before previously. So I don't think I'm asking for a madness. I don't rate Jackson. I don't necessarily rate Jackson either, but I want to know that I'm going to get at least 10 to 11, 12 Premier League goals if it's a straight swap for Garnacho and it's going to be more of a team effort. My only thing is he makes it's the stupid decisions, you know, when he's being greedy, when he's being greedy and you feel like he's on the top of the world and he needs a goal. He's not squaring it. It's just stuff like that that really pisses me off. For me, it's actually just going to get a striker that scores goals in a Prem over the money that will pay. Man United could probably structure the deal in installments like Cunha and Mbumo. Well, according to Carl Anker, I said this earlier in the earlier stream for anyone that doesn't know. According to him, Ineos view Watkins as the perfect situation and the perfect striker that will suit Amorim's system. So I'm kind of thinking along them lines that they're going to make a decision soon. Surely they target Watkins, considering the position Chelsea are in and considering the position Aston Villa are in. You'd think you'd target Aston Villa's position rather than Chelsea's. Chelsea think they can extort pretty much anyone they can, and they probably can at this point. They don't need to do a lot, but that works in their favor. We know they want to sell Jackson. We know Jackson probably wants to leave. You know, Jackson's got another 8 years left on his deal. If we find out that's a want-away player, well, he's got 8 years left on his deal. So let him rot there. I believe he's financially doable. I feel like we can get Watkins for 50 million. I don't believe in 60 million for Watkins. I think in an ideal scenario, you know, again, I feel like they would target Jackson and end up getting Jackson. They got a good relationship with Chelsea as well. Oh, England got to the final. I thought that was the final. Not my bad. Watkins is 30 million. He's not 30 million. They quoted him 60 million in January. What makes you think they're going to accept 30 million in you know? So what if he's 30? We bought Robin Van Persie back then for 20 million, and that was a what? He's much better than Watkins. 100 million times better than Watkins. Came from Arsenal, a rival as well. Had a year left on his deal, where Watkins doesn't have a year left on his deal. I'm not being funny. That was about 13 years ago. I mean, I'm sorry, but 29 is a good age still. You can still get a good 2 to 3 years out of him. And then therefore provides a stopgap for at least 2-3 years so you can go get the next best thing underneath him. I don't see in a world where, unless Amorim's successful here, which is right now, it's a little bit bleak to even think that. I hope so. But there's no such thing as guaranteed goals anymore, is it? When it comes to outside the Prem. Yeah, anyone that's a Prem, it was great value at that point. I can't believe we got him, but I feel like Watkins can be attainable for around 50 million. I don't see in a world where Aston Villa budge. I really don't. You know, they're going to want a replacement striker. And by the time, let's say we do go for Watkins, I don't see where it gets done within a couple weeks, let alone a week. So they're going to need a replacement striker as quick as possible, meaning they're going to need the money up front higher than 45 million as quick as possible. That if Watkins goes, they don't actually have a number 9 no more. They're gonna have to go seek out one. So yeah, I want Watkins. I do hope Man United make the decision that it is him. I don't really want Garnacho in a swap if they feel that there's an opportunity to go and buy Watkins from Villa. Watkins is meh. I want someone better. Who's better though? This is where I'm not gathering, because we'll be stuck with Watkins for 5 years. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, unless they give him a 4-year deal. I think a 4-year deal is more relevant. I think if you do 4 years, then sure, you can get a move at 32, 33 still. But I'm not thinking along the lines of how can we move him on at a stage where he's 33, 34. That's selling club thinking, like, mentality. I don't care about that. Let's ease him out. I don't think he becomes crap even by the time he's 32, 33. I still feel like he has something to offer in terms of experience. He's got to lose some pace, which is really valuable to him, but I don't mind it. As long as we go buy the next best striker, I don't really care if he's a backup striker in the end, because that will be that would be the case, isn't it? Even at 32. 32-year-old strikers they're not crap. You probably want a more experienced striker because all these young ones are all potential. Every single one of them. You don't really actually. Is there any number 9s in today's market that you can think of that has hit the ground running, thinking he's given at his age around 20, 21, 22 or whatever? He's banged in a lot of goals in like 3 years. Anyone? Look, Chris Wood's a great example. He's got something else though. He's a proper number 9. He's a old school number 9. If Garnacho goes to Villa, it should be that's where I feel like United should go for the swap. If they're looking at Garnacho and we're looking at Watkins, it's like cool. We can definitely do a deal here. You know, whilst Chelsea are too busy flapping about thinking that Jackson is worth 80 million or 100, you must be out your mind. I feel like Watkins is more attainable. I don't feel like they're putting themselves in the best position possible. So Garnacho, if even as a want away, you might need to put an extra 5-10 million on Garnacho for Watkins. I'd run it all day long. He's happy he's happy at is that the one at Al Hilal? Yeah, no, I don't know about that one. I mean, there's potential freebies. I mean, I saw Mitrovic, a 60-70 million striker over 4 years. We put in the broke PR out there, but I don't feel like we'll be putting out 60-70 million for. If you're talking about Watkins, I don't believe that. It's not a reject. Watkins is not a reject. Emi Martinez, they want to keep him. Not exactly a reject. But there we are. By the time he gets to 32, Obi will be ready to go. Yeah, that might be the thinking. Carl Anker said something along the lines of that as well. So when they were talking about the striker situation, why Ollie Watkins is perfect, if Ineos and Ruben Amorim really like Cheeto in the development, then that could be his pathway into Manchester United. He's still very young, a lot to learn, right? So, yeah. Bun Jackson, too scatty. Big up the anonymous nobody. Better than Hoyland ain't good enough. Yeah, but I mean, if it's a straight swap with Garnacho, I don't think you're gonna. You know, when you think of his all-round game, there's more to Jackson's game than Hoyland's game. That's a fact. I see that they reduced their price to 42 million, but I'm not feeling Nkunku. He's what is he going to be viewed as an attacking mid? We just don't need that. So no. Yeah, I do like the one you're talking about. Evan Nilsson. We were speaking about him earlier. Evan Nilsson's quality. You know, running in behind, relentless pressing. He's got a good finish. I tell you that for he's definitely got a good finish. But again, I don't feel like he's going to be attainable. 4 years on his deal. They bought him for 40 million. He's going to be worth a good 70-odd million. We don't need a striker. I can't. I talk about a midfielder every day on this channel. I feel like there's not a live where I don't go about talking about a flipping midfielder. I swear. Why not Visser? I mean, do you fancy going back in for Brentford? Do you feel like do you want to do that again? No, the ones that changed the price of Mbumo, what, 5, 6, 7, 8 times? I don't think so. I like Visser a lot, by the way. Cass, do you think United were... I feel like that was more agent-driven personally. Yeah, I feel like there was more agent-driven personally. But one thing which is positive is this whole Senne Lammens. Looks like United are going to pull the trigger on this one. Now, my only thing is they keep talking about sales, but we've actually made some sales. You know, saving on Rashford's wages and whatever else, all the other fees as well for the sell-on clauses. You know, you got future fees coming out of, I don't know, whichever player you want to think about. Vitek is also going out on loan again to Sturmgaz. So the last part is what are you going to do with Binder? So if the green light has been now given that Ruben Amorim has approved of Senne Lammens and Manchester United are happy to go for Senne Lammens, they said that even personal terms are not going to be an issue. The actual overall fee will be up to 17 million. That's what they want. So you can probably get him for like what 12, 13 plus 3, 4, 5 million in add-ons. I feel like it's an easy deal to get. If he's the next best thing and he's on a lot of team radars, you know, I see that who else were interested in him before? There was another team, I think it was West Ham. I think West Ham were interested in him, and can't remember the other club. I think Newcastle might be interested in him as well. Now they're going to get James Trafford, then yeah, go for it. I mean, I don't care what happens with Biyindi. You know what? I said this. Biyindi costs you peanuts. Whether he's in the club or not, who cares? Just send him to the gulag. Send him to the reserves. I don't see anything wrong with that. I feel like United won't have any issue saying you need to go and you need to go find a new club. Until then, I mean, he's with us on pre-season, but I'll tell him, like, go find a new club. Pretty much. There's going to be games where you're going to be seen, at least, over in America. Make sure you play your best. Simple. I don't know. Again, I can't. I've seen this guy's compilations. A lot of his, all of them, pretty much for the last, what? 2 years? Two seasons? He looks so good. He looks really good. You see the type of shots that he's faced. He's really got. I feel like he's got everything in the bag. It's a bit like when I got told about Vanya Milinkovic-Savic. I only watched him a couple of times. He was really good, to be fair. Didn't go for that same kind of price. I got told by you lot as well that Vanya might be the guy. I really wanted him because he was a giant. So cool. And even this Joan Garcia, when we got linked, I felt like everyone was talking about Joan Garcia. But do I believe everyone was watching Espanyol? You must be out of your mind. So yeah, if this one is, I just don't see why there's risk. Anana's rubbish. Anyone, pretty much most goalkeepers that got a bit about them is going to be an upgrade on Anana. So you're going from strength to strength. How much better? He looks a lot better. He definitely looks a lot better. We got a goalkeeper named Penders. If you are all interested, did I not just see a name called Penders go into Atletico Madrid? I might. Or is his name Pebble or something? Remember the Chevalier links? Yeah, I suppose he's going to be. They want about 45 million for him. Cass would be. I am actually really good in goals, so safe. Mike Penders, I don't know about him, to be fair. Cass, what's your thought on Gabriel Sara, Galatasaray? He was linked to Manchester City, was he not? He used to play for Reading, if I'm correct. I remember even Daps having a conversation with someone. He has someone on his channel. I think his name is, he calls himself The Sheikh. And he highly rated him, right? And that was at the point where City were looking at new central midfielders. They're talking about this guy being something actually really, really good. Oh, Norwich, sorry. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it was apparently him. I don't know. I don't watch Turkish football, let alone a lot of championship. Championship's only for big games, and you might watch Leeds versus Sunderland back last year or whatever. But I've heard some good things about him. That's all I can go off. I really like, again, another one. He's just moved though. I like Elliot Anderson. Now, if you're going for the Amorim type midfielder, Elliot Anderson fits that bill. So yeah, I don't know how much he's going to cost though, Jarvis. But at this point, I'm desperate. Let me go do some profile scouting for him. Because Lammens, if he's going to come through the door cheap at 17 million, I just feel like with United, they don't want to spend big. I think the whole consensus around United at the moment is the only player they want to spend remotely a decent amount on is a striker, which is fair enough. But the midfielder is the last priority. That kind of, you know what that's telling me? That's telling me that they're looking at Sekou Kone and there's a lot of hope. They're hoping Sekou Kone has an amazing preseason and say, you know what? There's your new central midfielder. I mean, I don't know how raw he is. I don't know how quick he's going to adapt. But in this situation, I mean, we're going to find out very soon, aren't we? We're going to find out very soon. Let's go. Let's have a little look. Nicolo Ravella next to, I like him, but next to Bruno Fernandes or Kobe Mine. Nah, sorry, too slow for me. Let me have a little look. What's his name again? Sara Galatasaray. Gabriel Sara. All right. Oh, he's Brazilian. I mean, that's a positive. Right. All right. Let's have a little look at him. FB ref. Oh, this is a little bit too. Let me have a little look. All right. Oh. Okay. There's a lot of greens. You know, if Jarvis, if you ask me a question about a player, it's because you pretty much you have like a little sixth sense. I find, Jarvis, you got a good scout. You got a good eye for some of these players. There's a lot of greens. Oh my word. All right, oh my God, look at his progressive passes per. Oh my Lord. Key passes, progressive passing per high, very high. To pass is attempted long, which is fine. Short, medium, definitely fine. That means he's happy to pick it up in this other space. So his passing looks like it's really good. His pass types look really good as well. Does like a decent cross. We've seen Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes do that. So yeah. All right, cool. He's a dead ball specialist. Okay, cool. Love that. Love to hear that as well. Don't care about his short shot goal. What about possession? Takes a lot of touches. Doesn't take a lot of touches in the defensive third. So maybe he's not the one to pick up the ball. But in terms of the middle of the park, when you think of build-up, all right, I know I'm waffling a lot, so bear with me. With our build-up, we try to use our wing-backs and our centre-backs, not the midfield. Sorry, not the midfielder. So have you not noticed our midfielders don't drop short to collect the ball like it was under Ten Hag? So that kind of makes sense if you're looking for an Amorim midfielder. Likes a take on, loves a take on. His tackle drawing, he doesn't get tackled a lot. He's got a huge ball carrying. Oh my word, his ball carrying looks elite. Progressive carries as well. Carries into the final third. Loves the yellow card, clearly. Fucking hell, that's not great. He's decent. He's not that great in the air. He's not the best. Okay, how tall is this guy? Gabriel Sara. And this is in a Turkish league, bearing in mind. He's 26. He's about 5'10". How fast is he? He must be decently fast. Oh, yeah, he sounds amazing. He sounds amazing. I need to see. Okay, cool. Is he fast? Is he fast? I don't have a lot of knowledge on him. It's a great age as well. And you're talking about what, 30 million euros? 27 million? That sounds well within the price range. Check out his heat map. All right, let me have a little check. Heat map. You. Right, he has high creation. That's that. Ooh. Oh, it's all in the middle of the park. I'm looking at his season heat map right now. 30 appearances, 27 started. Average is about 76 minutes. Team of the week 5 times. Oh, fucking hell. Couple goals. 8 assists. He's got something in his game. He looks brilliant. He looks brilliant. Did we get linked? Did we get linked to this guy? I think Lucien Agume is our best bet, but this guy looks like he's a perfect box to box. He sounds like the 8. You know, I want to see what his defense. You know what? One thing I didn't see actually is his defensive side of the game, because like the way Carl Anker describes it is Ugarte is great at back defending. You know, when he's running back because the other team's got the ball, he's quick to close out that space. But front defending, he's absolutely useless. He didn't say that word for word. I'm saying that. You know, when it comes to front foot defending, he's not that guy. Running backwards, he's great. So that's one thing. I want to know if he's good at both. We need a player that's good at both. We need someone that can sniff out the danger before the danger already happens. That's Man United's biggest issue. And that's why we get absolutely ripped apart way too much. All right, let me see this defensive part of the game. I didn't clock that. Passing, goals, possession, great. Doesn't actually say much about, okay, defending. It doesn't look like, though, you know, when it comes to front foot defending, he looks like he does a job. But in terms of, he intercepts the ball quite a lot, which is good. And he blocks it quite a lot, which is good. That's fine. Interceptions are remotely okay, but he's not a tackler. Like it doesn't look like he gets stuck in. Yeah, he doesn't look like the type that gets stuck in, but it looks like he might be worth a punt. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he looks like he's worth a punt, but I'm not. I feel like United need someone that's quite high in a defensive department more than an attacking department for me anyways. Otherwise, we're going to suffer. Wouldn't you rather? Why would I want to do that? We need a goal scorer. We need someone put up front. I don't want Felix. I've got Xerxes. That's more of a facilitator. Nah, not for me. No, he gets passed around too much. Joao Felix. He's not that guy no more. I feel like he's the man. If you're going to scout someone out, then Lucien Agume is definitely someone that's attainable for quite a good price. I believe he's around £17 million from Sevilla. He's only had one season there, but I think he's worth the punt. You need someone that's like Baleba, then Lucien Agume. for me is Belabor. You can definitely get something out of that guy, without a shadow of a doubt. Let me get rid of that and that. What likes are we on? We're on 123 likes, and we've got 342 people in the building. You know what's mad? You know, I don't ask people for anything, right? Pretty much, but I'm gonna ask something now, and it's cheeky from me. You know, yeah. If everyone was to just do this, like, let's call it a super sticker train. Let's just say there's a super sticker train. If everyone in this sent like a super sticker train and just told me where they're getting off at, like, I don't know, where you are in the world, something cheeky, I don't know, I'd make at least £350. You know that? If everyone in here said, you know what, I'm going to send in a pound. I'm going to send in a pound. I'll make £350. And then I'll go off happy and I can do more content because I'm happier. Something cheeky. Mental, innit? Even then, I say that, I don't make that because YouTube decide they want to take at least 45% of that. Absolute bastards. 99p, £1. By the time he gets to 32, I'll remember just reading that before. Yeah, I know that. That's the worst part about it. Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes I do imagine, yeah, whether we're never a foul or my own channel, obviously, right now, there's like 1,500 people, 1,100 people, 1,000, 800. And you know what, yeah? If everyone was to say, you know what, I'm going to be nice today, I'm going to set £1 or £2 in, the revenue shoots right through the roof. Can't beg people, though. Don't beg. It's pathetic. But then again, unless it's my birthday, you can send me a coffee. That's the biggest difference. You tight little fucks. Anywho, United, we'll see what happens with United tomorrow. Hopefully it's something better. I think I'm going to remain with the lives probably around midday because it just makes more sense. But I'm going to try to go more video based. So you might find in the evenings as a video instead of a live, and also for the morning as well. I might have something in the morning. Start a subscription based model like the membership or even a Patreon. I mean, what can I give though? Like, do you know what I mean? Got to twerk for the pounds. Is my name CB? You must be out of your mind. Who's live? Have you all subscribed? Big up for the 7K. Is he live yet? Is he live yet? There we go. We're going to go raid United Plus right now. So if everyone wants to go support, then we go in that. We just go cash raid out, don't we? They're nearly at 1,000 subscribers. So you lot can get them monetized. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to try. You know what? I'll try to do my lives more towards the hour then rather than half an hours and stuff. So yeah, love in a bit.